Do you recognize that tight feeling across your chest when worry sets in? That racing mind that won't let you sleep? Those tomorrow-focused anxieties that hijack your current moments? What if I told you there's a single phrase, just 3 simple words, that has the power to dissolve anxiety the moment it appears? Scientists specializing in the brain have researched this phrase's effects, uncovering insights that will fundamentally change your stress response permanently. But before I reveal this phrase, I need you to do something right now. Press subscribe and enable alerts, since this upcoming knowledge could separate endless worrying from true peace of mind. Built upon collections of university research globally and publicly distributed health education materials, this video aims to provide modern information especially relevant for people over 60. Now then, I'd like to ask you something genuine. How much of your life have you spent worrying about things that never happened? What number of wonderful experiences have you overlooked while your mind dwelled in a make-believe future or hurtful past? The truth is, anxiety doesn't live in the present moment. It's impossible. Anxiety exclusively deals with either prospective events or completed ones. It feeds on time that doesn't exist right now. And here's where everything changes. The statement that eradicates anxiety is just, I am here now. Simply 3 words. Merely 9 letters. Immeasurable force. When pronouncing these words with real presence, something incredible happens within your brain. Research utilizing functional MRI technology demonstrates that present-focused awareness instantly decreases amygdala activity, the brain's anxiety hub, while concurrently boosting prefrontal cortex function, which governs logical thought and emotional control. Nevertheless, this encompasses more than brain chemistry alone. This centers on taking back your life from the control of non-existent dangers. Consider this carefully. Right at this second, are you doing okay? Not regarding tomorrow, not concerning next week, not within those pre-dawn mental fabrications. At this instant, the response is nearly always affirmative. Presently, you're drawing breath. Currently, you're out of danger. Presently, you possess everything required to be here now. Most people over 60 carry decades of accumulated worries. Life has shown us that difficult circumstances can indeed happen. We've known sorrow, disillusionment, and bodily health struggles. Because of what we've been through, our awareness becomes heightened, always looking for the next risk. Mental health experts label this anticipatory anxiety, and it's thoroughly exhausting. It resembles racing in a marathon without moving. Your physical system can't distinguish between actual dangers and invented ones. When you worry about tomorrow's medical appointment, your heart rate increases, your blood pressure rises, stress hormones flood your system, exactly as if the threat were happening right now. This constant stress doesn't simply feel bad. It actually expedites aging and debilitates your immune system. Here's a significant finding that Harvard scientists uncovered. When people practice present moment awareness regularly, their bodies produce less cortisol, the primary stress hormone, and more DHEA, often called a longevity molecule. Just by refocusing your consciousness on the present, you're truly picking vitality over ailment, serenity over confusion. I want to share a tale that captures this ideally. A man named Robert, age 72 years, dedicated his days to being consumed by heart-related anxiety. Each dawn he began by checking his heart rate, observing every feeling. Convinced each day could be his final, his spouse watched him dissolving into this concerned prison until one afternoon, while sitting in his garden, a butterfly descending onto a nearby flower seized his attention. For only a few seconds, his mind felt totally quiet. He experienced no anxiety about his heart. Tomorrow wasn't occupying his thoughts. He simply observed this butterfly, totally in that moment, and right then he perceived something profound. His worry wasn't securing him. It was impeding his capacity to truly exist. From then on, whenever worry surfaced, he would state to himself, I am here now, and shift his awareness to something in his current environment, a noise, a sensation, the breath moving through him. Gradually, this modest practice transformed his life more completely than any drug had achieved. At this moment, please pause this video for just 5 seconds and give this a try yourself. Say the phrase out loud, I am here now. Notice your body's contact with the chair. Sense the air touching your skin. Tune into the sounds in your space. Notice how quickly your anxiety fades when you genuinely land in the here and now. This isn't positive thinking or denial. This is something far more powerful. It's reality. The present instant is a single moment that actually is. Everything beyond this is either memory or fantasy. As you comprehend this profoundly, not merely mentally but through direct experience, anxiety releases its hold on you. You understand you've been distressed about things that literally have no current reality. And prior to continuing, I require your assistance in sharing this message. Share a comment using 1 if this is clear to you, or 0 if you're having doubts. Your interaction supports this video in finding those who critically need this information. Now, let's examine how to apply this phrase optimally, particularly during acute anxiety. The critical aspect isn't utilizing it as an implement against anxiety, trying to drive anxiety out. Instead, apply it as a steadying force, a gentle cue to return home to the here and now. When you detect anxiety increasing, halt momentarily. Take a deep, measured breath. State I am here now, either vocally or mentally. Subsequently, utilize your senses. What appears in your sight? What do you hear around you? What sensations do you notice? This modest technique intercepts the anxiety spiral before it gathers speed. Neuroscience shows us that you can't simultaneously be fully present and fully anxious. They cannot coexist. Presence disperses anxiety the way light disperses shadows. Not through conflict, but simply through existing. For individuals beyond 60, this practice proves distinctly valuable as we frequently possess not just present worries, but also aggregated stress from decades of life difficulties. We might anguish over health issues, economic stability, our kids or grandkids, or loss of self-sufficiency. These are true concerns, but worrying over them creates no answers. It merely stops us from appreciating the positive moments remaining. Action provides solutions. Presence grants us serenity. Worrying accomplishes neither. Here is why this phrase proves so transformative. It takes effect instantly, requires 0 expense, has no negative consequences, and you can employ it any place, anytime. So here's your challenge. Each time you detect anxiety emerging, employ the phrase, I am here now. State it with mindfulness. Come back to your senses. And here's what I want you to do right now.